Hi, this is third grade worksheet lesson 17. So in the directions it says choose the unit you would use to measure each. Write inch, foot, yard, or mile. So we have our four choices. And number one, it says the height of a refrigerator. We know that a refrigerator is pretty tall, so we wouldn't use inches, but a yard is too long, so we would want to use foot. The length of the cafeteria. For the length of the cafeteria, we know that inch would be too small and foot would also be too small, but a mile would be too big, so it would be yard. Number three, it says the length of your shoes. We know that our shoes are pretty small. It's supposed to fit our feet, so we would want to use inch. The distance between two cities, we would want to use miles because we know a mile is very long. And the length of a paperclip, we would want to use inch because a paperclip is very small. Here it says choose the best unit of measure, right? Inches, foot, or feet, yard, or mile. So here for number one, it says Sal rides the bus 3 blank to school. So we know that if she rides the bus, the school has to be a little farther from her home, so we would write miles. A football is about 1 blank long. So inches is too small because 1 inch is not a football. So we would put a football is about 1 foot long. Number three says Sarah's math book is 11 blank long. So 11 inches is about a good size for a textbook. So we would say inches because foot is too long. The distance between the floor and the doorknob is about 3 blank. So we know that a doorknob is a little high, so we would want to use feet. The length of Brandon's dog is about 17 blank long. 17 inches is a pretty average size for a dog, so I would say inches. Aaron's bed is 6 blank long. So 6 inches is too small for a bed, so we'll know that it's feet. Here it says choose a unit you would want to weigh each, right? Ounce or pound. So for number one, we have a pencil. We know a pencil is very light, so we would want to use ounce. Number two is a dog. We would want to use pound because a dog is heavy. And then number three, we have a bowling ball, which is very heavy, so we would want to use pound. Number four, a baseball. You wouldn't want to use ounce for a baseball since it is pretty small. 5, a textbook. You would want to use pound. And then a penny, you would want to use ounce. Word problems. A tree in the park is very tall. What unit would you use to measure its height? Inches or feet? Since it's very tall, you would want to use feet. Number 2, a road trip between two cities takes several hours to drive. What unit would you use to measure the distance, miles or yards? So it says here between two cities and it takes several hours to drive. So we know that it's not going to be yards because yards is too small. So we're going to want to use miles. Number 3, a swimming pool is being filled with water. What unit would you use to measure the amount of water, gallons or cups? So cups is just like an average size, so you wouldn't want to measure the amount of water with cups because that would be too many. So we would want to use gallons. Number 4, the width of a paper clip is very small. What unit would you use to measure its width? Millimeters or meters? So we know the size of a paper clip is small. It's like smaller than our finger. So we would want to use millimeters.